What, you have nothing to say? Have nothing to say? You usually have some bullshit to say before we start. What did I just say? See? We was not doing fucking ASMR fucking podcasting. Carol, I don't know how to the acronym, and I don't care. Okay. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Greetings, programs. Get your ass in here. Welcome to another week of Poverty Podcasting. We call the Geeks From Apt 2 podcast. We are recording from Apartment 2 Studios somewhere deep in the heart of Rock City, New York. I am your geek with a voice, Alan One. Of course, sitting across from me, as always, whispering for no goddamn reason, is Brother C.
It's me, it's Brother C, waking up from this cold sleep after having a long-ass day. Here to bring you another slice of Rochesterian joyful pie.
Yeah, if it's covered in fur, this leg day.
Nah, yesterday was like that. Look at them calves, man.
Oh, do I have to?
You could cut steaks out of these.
Oh. Well, if we in a plane crash, you are the first one to go. You are the first one to go.
And alive? Nah,
you're the first one. Yeah, this is alive. You're the first one gone.
Nah, I don't have that good marbling.
Does it, at that point, does it matter if you have marbling or not?
Yeah, you don't want to eat me. I'm tough.
I don't give a fuck, man. I'm cutting bacon off your back, brother. I love you and all, but hey, listen. All right, let's get some goddamn business out of the way first. We are on YouTube, of course, so like, share, subscribe, finger pop that bell to be notified of all new episodes. You can also email me directly at LuckyMerciless1 at gmail.com. And we are on Twitter at Geeks From Apartment 2. Now we got that out of the way. Yes. Let's hear from you. Did you see Evo? How was Evo this weekend?
Evo this weekend was pretty damn good. It's pretty much one of those things where you root for America,
right?
And then you say, "Fuck, America didn't win again." We got taken out by the Japanese overlords that came over here for our crispy greenbacks.
Yeah, right.
It was definitely, like I said, it was a 3-day event. I didn't really watch any of day one.
Okay.
Because that's just the chumps getting blown out of pools to make way for the true talent. Day two is when a lot of the games that I wanted to see had their finals. We had the anime fighting games that I am into.
Yeah.
You call that 2 a.m. Toonami games.
Yes, it's fucking 2 a.m. Adult Swim, Happy Fun Time Fight Fisticuffs game.
Yes, that's what you call them. I think Japan pretty much swept all of that, which is whatever.
Yeah.
It was still entertaining. Day 3 had Tekken finals, and everybody watches day 3 because Evo is really the E3 for fighting games for a lot of people.
Right.
Where we get our big reveals, we get our games that will be coming out next year, and I am not displeased with any of the reveals.
I heard that they revealed King of the Fighters, a new one.
Yes.
The new King of the Fighters. What else did they reveal?
They revealed that. I actually didn't see the trailer for that yet, so I will be checking that out. A lot of people have talked about it. They revealed a new Guilty Gear, which I am definitely excited for. That is anime fighting game. Yes,
it is.
That's made.
Big fan of that game.
I'm a huge fan, and it only comes out every 3 or 4 years because the guy who makes it is a huge, big-time perfectionist, but he's also a big music fan, so everything in that game is a musical reference, from characters to moves and all that stuff. Also, one of the best soundtracks I've listened to.
Okay.
Tekken had an announcement. They're going into Season 3. And they also, in Season 3, they will be bringing back Zafina. If you remember her, she was the Egyptian chick that fought like Voldo.
Yes.
So I was happy at that. And they debuted a new character that will be coming out. Leroy Smith. He is a black Ipman. Old 60-year-old black dude with dreads, a Wu-Tang like medallion, and he pretty much, if you remember the Chinese guy from Rush Hour, not the Chinese guy, the black Chinese food restaurant owner from Rush Hour, that wore the circle glasses, and it was like, yo, you're a black Chinese chef in Crenshaw. And he wore like the Asian clothes.
I haven't seen Rush Hour in a long
Wow,
time.
okay. Well, pretty much he's old black Eat Mine with dreads.
Okay.
So everybody flipped their shit over that. That's a big thing that will be coming out probably next month. So I'm excited to see that game is continuing the hype train, because that is definitely one of the bigger games in America and Japan, kind of eclipsing Street Fighter. Street Fighter had their announcement spoiled, and the director of the game was very crestfallen, and Xavier Woods came out to hype him up to come out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, of course he did.
Because they're actually...
For those who don't know, Xavier Woods is 1/3 of the tag team in
New
WWE,
Day.
And he has a very, very popular YouTube channel called Up, Up, Down, Down, where he talks about video games, and they have tournaments, and they have their own belts. It's a very fun fucking YouTube channel. You should check it out.
Yes, it is.
If you're either a gamer or a wrestling fan, check it out. He also, the WWE champion, also has his own show on that channel as well.
Mhm.
I Just Love Kicks. Nigga. Some of these kicks that he finds are fucking dope. And I'm not even a big fucking
Sneakerhead like that.
But like Becky Lynch,
Uh-huh.
she got a pair of custom Nikes with the fucking bright, like the Beaches Kiddo colors, yellow, yellow and black, and it had the man on the side of them.
Oh,
like,
that's
dude,
dope.
If I
That's
saw those in a
fucking
store,
dope.
I would fucking buy them. I was like, you need
WWE money to get shit like that made for you.
Do. Yeah, you do. Because I can only imagine what they would cost retail and what they would cost resale. Resale is way more than retail. Like down the street here, there's a sneaker shop down the street here. It just sells like resale shit, and I can only imagine. I've seen some dope ass shit in there, but I'm like, nah.
I ain't blowing a check on a pair of
That's
kicks.
blowing a whole bag on a goddamn pair of kicks that I'm only gonna wear maybe once or twice. Nah, I'm good. But continue, please.
Other than that, new Guilty Gear come out, and they also introduced a black dreadlocked character in that one too. So we get, like, I guess it's gonna be 2020's the year of black fighters.
Other fighting Rastafarians.
Yes. Other than that, I mean, Evo was definitely one to remember. Tekken was fantastic. It did have a bit of a controversy at the end, because they thought it would be funny after they showed the Tekken trailer to have one of the old Metal Gear Solid comm clips.
Yeah.
Where, they would show Snake and like Otacon or the General, and they're talking. Yeah. So it had Snake talking to the General, and it said, "Man, that was some good ass Tekken." Right? And everybody got hyped, because that's like a catchphrase within the community. And they're like, oh shit, they're going to put Snake in Tekken?
Oh.
And so, two things ended up happening. First of all, the Evo staff was like, oh man, that wasn't a reveal. That wasn't a part of the reveal. That was just going to be a kind of a joke that we, throw at the end of Grand Finals. And the producer of Tekken, Harada, he was like, don't ever fucking do that shit again. But in Japanese, of course.
Right.
He's like, don't do that shit again.
Do that dishonor a family.
And the guy who voices Snake, because he does like voiceovers for people on request. Like, he's like, yeah, you could use it. Don't ever fucking use my voice to promote another product that I don't co-sign, because that's my voice, and you're using it in a property that I get paid for to promote some other shit. So he was very pissed off, and they got their hands slapped pretty fucking hard for that. Other than that, I'm looking forward to everything coming out in the months coming up and 2020. Uh,
2020, man.
like I said, it seems like every 2 years I get super hyped because we get some new shit coming out.
Yeah.
So,
It seems like the fall and into next year is where a lot of interesting things are going to happen. So I look forward to a lot of stuff in the fall. I'm looking forward to getting past this decade and getting into a new decade. And hopefully it'll be a better decade.
A new decade.
But that's miles away. That's miles away.
Continuing, other than that, like I said, once Evo was said and done.
Is it worth a watch?
Was it worth a watch? Not fully.
Is it worth going on YouTube and
it's definitely I will say this, definitely worth going on YouTube because Japan didn't win Tekken, and neither did anybody from the US. So if you watch the grand finals of that, it was hype as fuck because it's literally the best Tekken player playing against the only person who can beat him. The only person in the world who's been able to beat this guy consistently. So it's like...
Was it Marin?
Huh?
Marin?
No.
Okay.
No, and it's the Pakistani guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they have a tiny scene.
Right,
so it's like...
Pakistan, yeah.
Yeah, they're not known for producing,
Yeah, you think it'd be somebody from, like, Korea or something.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like the best player is from Korea. Our American Hope, like I said, this is worth a watch because it has the ups and downs of fantastic pay-per-view events from WWE.
Oh, so this was SummerSlam.
Yes, I would definitely say watch like top 8 of that. I didn't even watch Street Fighter this year. It was just one of those things where I was like, it's. I'll watch the grand finals. You know, I'll watch the highlights of that. I definitely didn't watch Smash Brothers. That was the last game of the night. But I'm not gonna take anything away from them, even though they're not a fighting game. It did have the highest number of entrants in Evo this year, so kudos to them. And other than that, like I said, Soul Calibur, that was also a very, very hype grand finals. So, oh yeah, and I forgot to mention Soul Calibur is getting a season 2. And
who's going
the only thing that they announced so far was Haomaru from Samurai Showdown. They're doing a collaboration.
Okay.
So you get a Samurai Showdown character as a guest in Soul Calibur. So I'd like to see how that pans out. Samurai Showdown is a new game that SNK brought out. It's not new, but
it's not new, but it is the newest version.
Yeah, newest version, and it hasn't been out for like 10, 15 years. So that was my weekend.
Which is a cool game. When I played it,
yeah, it's definitely a cool game. I mean,
I couldn't beat you. I couldn't beat you except for once, but it's a cool game.
But the thing is that
it's very slow.
It's slow, and it teaches fundamentals.
Yeah.
And it's not one of those, I need to know how to do 5,000 combos.
No,
you really just need to know you press the button here, and you don't press the button here.
Spacing.
That's it.
Stuff like that.
Yes.
Anyways.
Like I said, that pretty much took up my entire weekend. And, of course, hitting the gym, keeping that going.
Mm-hmm.
Got squad goals. A coworker of mine actually won his first bodybuilding competition, which I, thought that was fantastic for him because he's been at it way longer than me. We actually call a friend that he trains with, Larry the Lobster, if anybody knows SpongeBob, which I'm sure anybody listening to this would at least know.
I don't watch that shit.
I know you don't watch it, but you.
I don't think I've ever sat down and watched one episode of SpongeBob ever.
It's not a bad show. It's just a goofy ass show.
I get that. We're getting more Nickelodeon shit in a minute.
Other than that, he actually put me on to a comic called Do You Even Lift? It's about weightlifting. It's hilarious. And it's actually about like female weightlifters, which is kind of even more hilarious. But yeah, I started reading that. Interesting. I mean, it's one of those things where it's more educational, and there are a lot of educational comics and mangas out there where it's like, do you want to learn how to run track? This is where you start. So they're very into stealthily training people how to do things through the guise of comic books. I think I don't think America really does that. Like, not in comics.
Well, no, they do. They do in some things. Like for example, well, it's not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But over to my left on the top here,
Mm-hmm.
I had the 9/11 report and a comic report.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
You know what? We get like mods and stuff like that. We get graphic novels for like historical fiction and stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't really, or how to draw comics, how to read comics,
we don't really
comics.
Get,
we don't really get that.
Like,
well, I don't know if it's American, but The Art of Shanku.
Yeah, that.
Which is a great book, by the way.
That's a fantastic book.
It's a great comic book
years ago.
That came out years and years ago, and it's been kind of like our Bibles, especially when we were lifting and stretching and all that.
Yes,
stuff,
it was.
You how to do that stuff. There's all kinds of. It's sort of like a Junior Woodchuck guide for ninjas.
Yes, it is. It is.
Because it teaches you how to tie knots.
Yep.
What herbs do this?
How to build a raft.
How to build a raft.
How to do Morse code.
Yeah, how to do Morse code. How to
fight off attackers with your keys, making granny knuckles.
Granny knuckles, yes. Yes. Or as we call them, Wolverine claws. Yep.
UCLA.
It's a very cool book if you could find it in the store.
Yeah,
or on Amazon.
It's just weird the dynamic that we have compared for comics compared to overseas and stuff like that. Because like I said, I've gone through a ton of comics that were just instructionals. Like, oh, this whole comic is about cooking, and they'll have recipes at the end. And it's like, you want to try this at home? You just read about it. It sounded delicious. Here's how you do it at home.
What book was that? Oh, no, Southern Bastards. They had recipes in the back of that shit.
They did.
They did, yeah.
They did.
But yeah, especially over in Japan, they treat comics way more seriously than we do.
Yes.
It's a big deal. Manga is a big deal over there. Whereas over here, it's still the...
stuff for kids.
Yeah, it's still the stereotypes that, if you're my age and you read comics, you're a fucking loser and all that shit.
Yeah. Loser!
Yeah, So fuck off, Bill Maher. It's your bullshit.
Oh yeah, that is fuck off. Strikes a chord.
Fuck the fuck off. If I saw him in real life, I'd be like, fuck off. You can meet Bill Maher? I don't want to. Fuck him. Fuck him.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Other than that, like I said, that kind of rounded out my week. You actually had to pull me out of the house today because I
had to play Morpheus and wake this nigga up. Like, hey, dude, we got a podcast to do. We just woke up. Let's go.
Yeah.
we got shit to do. We got a podcast to fucking record.
Wake up, Sarah. You got
Cinderella, get up.
Podcast to record.
Let's go.
Right. I'll pass the football to you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's start off with I didn't go to Park Fest this weekend.
No.
I wanted to.
Did you?
I wanted to. I was gonna go on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was gonna go on Friday, but it wasn't around on Friday.
No,
I was walking
they
down the
set
street.
it up late.
Yeah, I was walking down the street on Friday afternoon. And I was like, wow, it's really dead for it to be the Park Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go home and look online, and I was like, oh no, it starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
But DK had texted me and he wanted to hang out on Saturday.
Yes.
That's why I didn't go, or else I would have went at least walk through it because it had been the first time in 2 years I would have been able to walk down fucking Park Fest.
Yeah,
because you always had to fucking work. Yeah, right. I was stuck at fucking work, and this is the first year there was like, well, I'm not at work, so I can do whatever. But DK had texted me, so I went to his house.
Yes.
And that's where we begin this week.
Okay.
With the shit that I saw, the bullshit I had time for.
Uh-huh.
DK and I sat there and watched 3.5 documentaries.
Jesus freaking Christ.
Yeah. It was... We
Son told me I should have went there after 8.
No, because
y'all started early.
At 9.
Oh, okay.
I left at 9.
I wouldn't have been able to get over there until 9.
No, because the warden didn't let you out.
No, never showed up.
Really?
Never,
the warden didn't even show up.
No.
To give you the weekend furlough.
No.
Damn, that sucks ass, man.
And it wasn't even that bad.
Well, you missed some shit.
Okay,
you missed some shit.
The
first one we saw was something called Meth Storm.
Oh boy.
which talked about this family in somewhere in the South. I want to say Arkansas, but it could be Alabama. It could have been fucking Tennessee. Who the fuck knows? But it was about this family of meth addicts.
A whole family?
Pretty much, yeah. This whole fucking family is like addicted to fucking meth, right? And the main character is this lady, the mom of all this, right? She said she said that she started doing meth at 36. At the time that they were filming this, she was 43. Nigga, she looked 63.
Yeah.
She had no teeth.
Oh God.
She looked horrible. Yeah. Absolutely horrible.
You've seen those faces of meth posters.
I could not believe it. I was like, thank God my drug history is very small. I did a ton of weed. I've done acid twice. I did shrooms twice with you. And I popped pills once.
Yes.
For recreation. And that is it. No coke, no smack, no crack, certainly no fucking meth.
No hemp
Jesus Christ. I learned quite a few things about DK over on Saturday.
Yes.
One, he does not like needles.
No, he does not.
Whereas me, it's like, I'll sit there. If I'm in the hospital and they draw blood, I'll sit there and watch them draw blood.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and watch them put the needle in me.
Yeah.
I don't care. I have tattoos, so why do I care? You know what I mean?
And it's a one time.
Yeah, so that's a one-time thing. So like, yeah, go ahead. Like, oh yeah, you're not squeamish or anything. Like,
no.
Nigga, I've seen a Serbian film.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah, if I could, I'd be like, just give it a goddamn nail. I'll do it. I'll boot up myself. God damn it. The other one, that some other people in this was her son. One of her sons, Teddy, who was in and out of jail. And he has like a couple kids with this girl, who I swear to God, she might be the hottest chick in this county, but over here she's like a Rock City 5.
Oh God!
And she looked okay the first time because she had on like all that fucking club shit. Like,
well, she's on meth though, right?
No, she's not.
She doesn't do meth.
She doesn't do meth.
Oh.
But she had on like the big fucking sunglasses and the fucking juicy couture shit on.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she looked good, but as time went on, it kept showing her. It's like, oh, this is why you're in this fucking county. It was quite the funny fucking not funny, but it was quite the bullshit fucking documentary. Because at one point, there's this girl. There's towards the end. Mm-hmm. There's this girl. I don't know how she's related to them. Very young girl, and she's helping clean this the mom's house out. Mm-hmm. And it's just like dog shit all over the fucking place. She's cleaning this up, and then at the end of this, she boots up. And I wish like Zach Morris was real, just so he can come in and be like, freeze. Think about what the fuck you're doing right now.
Yeah.
You just cleaned this woman's house full of dog shit. You had to drag a projection screen TV out the fucking way just so you can get all this dog shit. And you're about to fucking boot up this fucking ice. Look around. This is your fucking future.
Yeah.
Do not do this. I wish that shit was real.
Damn, that's sad.
Yeah. So we saw that. The second one we saw, I finally got to see the Andre the Giant.
Oh yes, you've been waiting for that.
I've been waiting to see that, and since it was on HBO On Demand, I quickly let's watch this.
Yeah.
It's a good documentary.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool seeing it with DK because he's not a big time wrestling fan like I am, so I had to sit here and fill in the blanks for him. Mm-hmm. Like there's some clips of him. There was like a clip from like him in Survivor Series. Like, oh, that was Survivor Series 2. I was like, no, that's Survivor Series 1, homeboy.
Oh.
Then he showed a clip from like the first SummerSlam. I had to tell him that, like, Dad, it's first SummerSlam. Like, really? Like, yeah. I knew a lot about that story because I had read, actually had read a comic.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about the comic.
Yeah, and where it talks about his life.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff is in this documentary as well. The one thing though was they talked about his drinking, and that's the thing that fascinated me the most.
Really? He's a big boozer?
Big fucking boozer.
Okay.
One time, this was one instance where he drank 6 bottles of wine on top of 3 bottles of cognac. 3. Think about that for a minute.
Yes.
We sit here like, that's like 3 bottles of fucking Blackheart to us.
Yeah.
1 bottle is going to put us on our ass. 1 bottle is not going to do a goddamn thing with Andre.
No, he's massive.
He's massive. There's a part where Ric Flair is in this, and he said one night him and Andre drunk 107 beers. In both. I was like, fuck that. I would never ever drink with either one of them.
No.
Never mind together, separately. There's no way that's ever going to happen. There's a scene where they showed Andre's hand holding a can of beer.
They look like a little sippy cup in his hand, right?
Yeah. It was so fucking
he just stands there and just crushes it in his mouth. And it's like when I, if we have, juice boxes at the house, I'm like, man, I could really go for one of these Capri Suns. And the second I, suck on the straw one time, it's gone.
It was one of your kids' cups.
Oh, jeez.
That's in my sink right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was to him. It's so fucking crazy.
And
good documentary though.
You gotta drink a ton of beer just to get going. So.
Very good documentary. And then of course they talk about WrestleMania 3.
Yes.
And I had to explain to him, it's like when they say there's 93,000 people there, I was like, that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It was debunked. That record is not. It's not true. It was actually more like 80,000 people at the Pontiac Silverdome for WrestleMania 3. Just like WrestleMania, I had to explain to him, remember WrestleMania, the one in Dallas?
Yeah, when we were all sitting here and it was like...
It was 100,000 people in there. It was like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking set. The set right there is covering half the goddamn stadium.
Yeah.
There's no way there's 100,000 people here. But it sounds good when you talk about it and shit. That's what WWE does. They always elevate the numbers to astronomical sometimes proportions.
Mm-hmm.
And so I explained that to him. It was like I said, it was good. Good. It's good to have somebody like me that I can fill in the blanks because I've been watching this shit for 34 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to be like, no. This is really what happened. This is what happened here. This is what happened here.
Mm-hmm.
So when it did come time to when it was Hogan versus Andre, I told him, it's like, that was the first storyline as a kid that I remember that actually stuck, that hit me, was Andre turning on Hogan. Because I was like, wow, what the fuck did he do that for? You know what I mean? As a kid. Like, wow, Andre's turning on Hogan? What the fuck? And then set up WrestleMania 3. But that match is not a good match. It's not.
Mm.
That main event is okay. WrestleMania 3 is kind of garbage. Nobody will ever say that because
it just has that iconic moment.
Yeah,
chest to chest.
Outside of when they're staring at each other, that's the only moment. That and when Hogan slams Andre, that's the only thing everybody remembers. Nobody really remembers that match because that match is garbage. Because fucking Andre couldn't fucking move. He was going through health problems at that point.
Oh really?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Which they talk about to an extent, to a big extent. In that documentary. I was like, yeah, cause look at this fucking match, right? The only other match that everybody ever remembers is Ricky Steamboat and fucking Macho Man.
Okay.
It's like, that's one of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history, which is okay. It's just an okay match. I don't know if you put it on WrestleMania today, if people would care about it. Put like TLC 2
okay.
against that match. And on the same card, everybody's going to remember TLC 2. Because that was such a crazy fucking match, right? But I digress. That was a good documentary. Then we watched this thing called Traffic Stop. It's a very short one. It's like 30 minutes.
Really?
It's about this black chick. I think her name is Breon.
Mm-hmm.
In Houston, she gets pulled over a routine traffic stop, and the cops just manhandle her. Just slam her around and shit, right? And it's interspersed with her life outside of what happened, that incident that day.
Yeah.
Pillar of the community, this chick is, and I'm not saying that sarcastically.
Yeah.
She's a school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She's a member of the church. She is a member of a dance company.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, she looks like your significant other.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like I show you a picture of this girl. I have the picture like set up, so I will put it on this particular episode. So when you see it, you're gonna be like, yeah, holy shit! Did something happen in Houston that you didn't tell me about? So yeah, it was just about that story. Like I said, it wasn't that long.
Reminds me of that documentary, the short YouTube one that we watched, with the dude that just goes through hell.
Oh no, it's not as bad as that.
It's not as bad.
It's not as bad as that.
Okay.
Because that was horrendous. What happened to that dude? Yeah, she got up compared to that. She got up way lucky.
Yeah.
She got up very lucky.
I think everybody that doesn't instantly die, but has to go through that, gets off.
Gets off entirely looking like this young lady did.
Yes.
So we saw that. We saw the documentary about Rikers Island. I think he watched it. I think he started watching it. He stopped because it was like maybe the last 30 minutes of it. So it was like, I saw the last 30 minutes of it, right? And it wasn't hitting me right away that this is an old documentary.
Yeah.
Because at some point, they're talking to this dude who like escaped from prison and all this shit. And they just caught him and put him back in Rikers. And the shit that this nigga had on, I was like, this nigga looks like an extra from Juice. This nigga had an OPP Scully cap. He had one of them old ass fucking denim jackets. Not like mine, but like the one like Bishop had on in Juice.
Yes.
And I was like,
how old is this?
No. What threw me off because they're interviewing somebody else and he had a Fila shirt on. And since Fila is making a comeback, obviously, I thought, okay, well this is like recent, right? Until I saw him, I was like, wait, did you have this shit on when you got caught the last time? And this is what they gave you and shit? I said, yo, what? How old is fucking, how old is this goddamn documentary? So we went back, it was from 94. I was like, okay, that makes way more sense. And then there was the last one we saw, well, I saw the first third of it because I had to go because it was getting late, about killer robots.
Killer robots.
The documentary is called The Truth About Killer Robots.
Oh, okay.
And it talked about, it starts off with some worker in the Volkswagen factory got killed because of a robot.
Okay.
Then they talked about self-driving cars.
Oh, yep.
Self-driving Ubers and the problems with that shit.
Oh, that's
and the Teslas.
That's actually one of my favorite problems with self-driving cars. So the thing about self-driving cars is this. Okay, so let's say you're going to get into an accident, right? Mm-hmm. And you're going to hit a person. What does the self-driving car do? Does it prioritize you, or does it prioritize the person outside of the car?
It prioritizes the person in the car.
Exactly.
Because they talked about that.
Yeah.
Because in Pittsburgh, they have self-driving Ubers. That was like the test run. The test city for that. And they talked about how one Uber taxi ran over someone.
Huh.
Yeah, and they showed it.
Wow.
Not only they talked about it, they showed that shit.
Holy
right?
shit.
And then it got swept under the rug. Like testing was still going on for these things. So they did talk about that. They talked about a guy that was in a Tesla that was self-driving. He got into a bad, he got killed terribly because the car hit a semi. So it ripped off the hood.
Oh no!
With him in it.
He got the drop top.
Yeah, he got the drop top and got decapitated. And then it still kept going until it stopped somewhere.
Oh no!
The problem with that was that this numbnuts was watching Harry Potter as this car is driving by itself. It was like, well, you deserve to. Not that he deserved to die, but you get what you get.
Yeah, you gotta be aware.
You gotta be aware of this shit.
That's like
well, it's not the car's fault. It's his fault for not being aware. Sitting there just watching the Harry Potter and shit. That's dumb to me. That was real dumb.
Soon they'll be able to play Cuphead.
No, I would never. It's cool that this car can drive itself, but
you have to be aware.
Heaven forbid if something like that happens. I'm sure there's a safeguard.
Yeah, no, the safeguard is that
wheel. Like Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Then I see in Demolition Man where the cars drive themselves, but if you need to drive, you can take the wheel,
and then it just deactivates the self-driving. No, that's actually a thing.
And hopefully, when you die, before you crash, it turns into a human cannoli. That's the other thing I learned about DK that night is that he has a fear of robots.
He has a fear of robots?
He does not like robots at all.
Oh man, don't show
Even like just a robot arm.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it.
Don't show him any Boston Dynamics videos. Those things are getting freakishly freaking accurate.
Yeah. Oh, the narrator of this fucking documentary was a robot. Like
Great.
one of those fembots and shit.
Oh, great. So
Yeah, so he was freaked out. I was like, wow, this really freaks you out, really. Yeah, like, wow. Whereas me, I was just like, hey, listen, man. First of all, when I was a kid, I was a big sci-fi fan. So, of course, I love robots.
Yeah, right.
I think all this stuff is like, yeah, robots are coming. I don't think in my lifetime.
No.
I don't think in my lifetime. I think, another 20 years, we're going to see iRobot.
We'll have we'll have like full
robots.
Computer integrated like humans, like cyborgs, because you got people
when that
implanting
happens,
stuff.
I'll be dead.
We already got people implanting chips in themselves and stuff like that.
So you know what it's like? Listen, man, when the robots turn on us, I'll be long gone.
Technically, a pacemaker makes you a kind of a cyborg, right?
Maybe. But it's like this is where technology is going, and I think that's a good thing. Always think that's a good thing. Because I was telling him on the way back, my dad, when I was a kid, I had this book called Future World. And it talked about what life in the future is going to be. This reminds you, this book came out in the 80s.
In the 50s?
Yeah, no. In the future, we'll all live on the moon in dome cities, and there'll be new sports, which we don't really have.
No.
But we'll be able to watch TV on a wristwatch, which we do. And I remember my dad looking at his book, and he was like, none of this shit's ever going to happen. And I wish time travel was real. So that's how I can go back to that day and be like, hey, Dad, this shit's real. We don't have flying cars because we haven't figured that out yet. We kind of have robots. And we do have, technology. Technology is super cool right now. Like, those crates of records that you have, I can put all of them on this little device that fits in the palm of my fucking hand.
Yep.
Your whole library. All these books. Yeah, all the books in my room. I don't need to have them in my. I can. There's a device. I can just put all my books on this one device. Because somebody else who was smarter than me, and their dad said that's not possible, and that person said, you know what? Well, what if it is? What if it is possible? The reason why we don't have like warp drives yet is because nobody's figured that out yet.
Nope.
As soon as they do, we'll have warp drives, and Starfleet will be real. I wish Starfleet was real, because if it was, I'd be on a goddamn starship right now.
They're gonna hit you.
I wouldn't even care if I was dishwashing on a fucking starship.
They're gonna hear you. They're gonna hit you with a fucking Tyler Durden. You're too old. You can't be in Starfleet.
But we did talk about people being able to take flights to the moon, and saying how that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because it used to be that the best of the best used to be able to go to the fucking moon. You had to be in top physical shape for that shit.
Yes.
Especially for the G-force. So how is some fucking oil tycoon from Texas going to be able to survive in fucking space? It doesn't work.
Well, think about it like this. Once it becomes like just commercial travel, with that, first of all, will be long since gone when that happens. And secondly, they'll find a way to mitigate that. I'm sure they'll find like...
Yeah, they better hope. You better hope they find a way to solve that fucking problem.
It's always funny when they talk about, we should just build a space elevator that goes into space. The thing will be the size of the fucking equator, and if it crashes, it'll kill us all.
Right.
So, we're not going to have something that stupid, but I'm sure that they will have, like, hey, if you want to fly to the moon and you want to bring your kids along, we'll put you in these, like, water shields or whatever that mitigates the G-forces to a degree so you're not puking up your space dennies or whatever.
Never mind your space moves over my hammy. Just puking up your fucking spleen. You know what I mean? Like, no. Because astronauts have to, like, train for years to go into fucking space.
And like I always say about time travel, once it exists the first time, it will have always existed.
That's right, yeah.
So it's like,
So yeah, because at any point the future me could have just come walking through the door and be like,
Yeah.
just knocking on the door and be like, I'm future you.
and you're like, yes.
It's
And,
real.
but the thing is this.
How do I afford this?
See, but the thing about that is that, okay, you get into funny time paradoxes, and I think we went over this like a bunch of shows ago, where if future you comes to the back, comes to the past, like I'm future you. Now, are we talking about time being parallel,
Right.
or are we talking about time being one singular line, like in Endgame, that you can just jump back to points and forward into points?
Yeah.
Because you then get into instances where, okay, if you eventually meet yourself, you now are, giving yourself information for the future, and in future you, well, know that he met past you,
Right.
and all this other stuff.
Well, it's the argument with Back to the Future, right?
Yes.
The first one, because
How
the
come
end,
the parents?
yeah, no, the end
Yeah.
is the beginning.
The end is the beginning.
Because it already fucking happened.
My thing is this: how come always the biggest problem? How come the parents never bring up the fact that our son looks like the dude you fucking or tried to fucking high school?
Yeah.
Like,
because at the beginning of that movie,
yeah,
Leah Thompson should be making like less eyes at fucking
yeah.
Michael J. Fox. Is like, damn, I want to fuck you so
But I
fucking
mean,
bad.
even if you say I don't remember everybody I crushed on in my past, you would definitely remember your son looking like
looking like the dude that you was definitely trying to fuck.
Not even that, but the dude that brought us together.
Yeah.
So they're married because of their son, but they don't remember the guy looking like their son. Like, I could always like envision, like later on, it's like, yo, I got a question. That dude that brought us together, did you fuck that dude? Did you see? Because our son looks a lot like.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like me. He looks like him.
As a 9-year-old kid, you don't remember. You don't understand.
He sure looks like Calvin Klein.
Yeah. I bet you I check his underwear at night. He's got Calvin Klein's on. And you was trying to fuck.
Yeah.
The fuck is going on here, man?
There's
a real flowers in the egg shit going on.
That's a whole nother story.
That's like I don't know if they did how it should have ended for that, but that's how it should have ended. Where it's just like, oh fuck my son. I don't let my son just bust off and shit. Let my son
that's a whole different movie.
Vivid? This ain't Back to the Future?
This ain't Back to the Future.
Triple X?
Oh, God.
Lord have mercy. So, yeah, that was Saturday.
Yes.
So, to continue on, let's talk about some trailers for a minute.
Okay.
Do you know that they're coming back with a new Rocko's Modern Life?
Yes, I did hear that it's going to be on Netflix.
It's going to be on Netflix, yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if you knew that or not. I was not a fan of it. I was a little too old for Rocko's Modern Life. It
was one of those shows that it was good. It was a good show because it was still in that. It wasn't in that vein of Ren and Stimpy where it's, oh my god, bombastic, stupid, and they're doing like clown shoes horse shit. But it was dumb enough where the inside jokes were definitely there. And if you go back and you see he worked for a 900 number, and that was a big thing in the 90s.
Right.
And he was a call girl at a point in time when he was like in between jobs. There's a lot of
wait, let's go back.
Yes.
He was a call girl?
Yeah.
Like, people hated fuck.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but it was
Nickelodeon in the 90s, man.
It was one of those things where like, okay, he was like one of those 900 number call girls type deal.
Yeah.
And the neighbor, right? The wife of the neighbor, her name was something Big Head. They were like these frog type things.
Okay.
Right? She calls him up and he's like, "Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh." And then he's like, "This is Big Head?" And she's like, "Click." Yeah, that's one of the jokes in there.
I've never seen one episode of that show. So I guess it's interesting that they're bringing this back to Netflix.
Yeah.
And not Nickelodeon. Because I wondered, I was like, Are they going to try to do it with Broncos Mind Light? What they try to do with Ren and Snippy? When they brought that back to Spike, and it's
Yeah,
the adult show, but it really wasn't. And there's it was so dumb.
It was bad because
Even when they tried to bring back Beavis and Butthead.
That's the thing is that it's like those cartoons were funny for their generation, and if you didn't grow up with them and you go back and watch them, you're just like, this is kind of stupid because everybody has to have that highbrow, very dry humor nowadays.
No, I disagree. I think you can still watch Tiny Toons, and Animaniacs.
Not as a Thundercat though. That's what I'm saying. If like you took a Thundercat and had them watch it, they'd be like, well, first of all, a lot of the jokes.
I see where the jokes are for their time.
Yeah.
Right. But there is a lot of innuendo or double entendres.
Oh yeah, like my favorite one is when in Animaniacs when Yakko is like, Dot, we need you to go get the fingerprints, and she whips out prints from her back pocket, and they say, not that type of fingerprints. And she's like, oh, man. And she puts them back in his pocket.
Oh, no. I thought he was going to talk about when they talk the concert pianist. It's like, I'm a pianist.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
what? I'm a pianist. Good night, everybody. And even as a kid, I understood what that meant.
Yeah, that was a good joke.
Oh, I can't believe y'all got away with that. Or the one in Tiny Toons where somebody was cussing. When Buster was cussing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they kept bleeping it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a great episode. Yeah, with Buster kept learn how to cuss and all that shit. Those are great shows.
Yeah, those are good shows.
I think, they're supposed to bring Animaniacs back.
Yes, Animaniacs is also
next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
On Hulu. Well, speaking of keeping up with Netflix, have you seen the trailer for Sextuplets?
Sextuplets?
New Marlon Wayans movie, where he's going full fucking Eddie Murphy and Nutty Professor.
He's playing all the roles.
He's playing all the fucking roles.
And he's
fat chick, the gay dude, the other fat dude.
Oh, no, come on, man.
You know what? No. You know what? Just like Velociraptor.
We're
have to sit here and watch that.
We're gonna.
No, I want to put that up. We speak. You're gonna sit here. You're gonna sit here right now, and I want your fucking response.
Sextuplets.
Sextuplets.
Okay, well, you pulled that up.
No, hold on.
Oh, you already got it pulled up? I was just gonna fill some dead air for a bit, but
no, there's no dead air.
Always refreshing.
All right, we get a hot take.
You're getting a hot take right now.
Me watching this.
You watching the trailer? Okay. I already seen it.
Okay.
Babies at the same time.
Yep, Marlon Wayans is discovering the family he wanted.
Get yourself. You know, we do have strikingly similar bone structure. You're my brother, Russ. Come here. How?
All right. So that's him as the fat dude.
Yeah.
Hey man, you make it.
Oh man, this is bad.
So you're a stripper? What the hell? A stripper and exotic dance are different. See this?
This is bad. This is not good. This is not even funny. Like, okay, so as I'm watching this, I'm seeing the different iterations. He plays two fat people, and I guess this is supposed to be the gay guy who's the agent. And so that's 3. That's 4. And this is just not good. And it's like, this is the type of physical comedy.
Not every day that a long-lost family member appears out of thin air. Donate a kidney. You said what? Why you gotta take my kidney? Why don't you take one of theirs? Don't look at me, because I sniffed way too much laptop cleanup, and I popped a Molly yesterday. I wasn't Molly.
There's Alan, Russell, Ethan, Baby P, Don, Jasper. I am okay. So, oh man, this makes me really look forward to Velocipaster even more. because man, this is no. Oh, okay, it's Netflix. Okay, fine.
Yeah, the only good thing about this fucking movie
Okay,
that
so
it's on Netflix. It's not like you don't have to go to a theater to see this garbage.
okay, because you just got a whole ear of this is bad. I'm gonna paint a picture for you. So take the clumps,
Yep.
right? Take the clumps and take out anything that was remotely funny in the clumps, and then just replace it with Marlon Wayans, and that's what you have. I don't see anything coming from this. You know what? This
Black people are gonna fucking love this movie though.
I don't.
And
Yeah,
then I'm
probably.
gonna be sick. I don't know, because not so much at my job, but at your job. Because you had this conversation before.
Yes.
People at your job, black people.
Yes.
Where if like we don't fucking support this garbage, we're not black.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not black because you didn't like that movie. It's like no, I support
Good filmmakers.
good filmmakers, good black filmmakers.
Yeah.
There's not this bullshit that you're trying to fucking peddle to me.
See, the problem about it is this: is that, we've talked about this before about the types of films black filmmakers make nowadays, right? They're all comedies. They're all kind of just low rent, really. They're not really deep, and they don't need to be. Everything doesn't need to be a Moonlight. Everything doesn't need to be
Klansman.
a Black Klansman. Like if we had a black action film like Black Dynamite,
Huh.
that movie's fantastic. It's one of my favorite movies, and it's a comedy. It's an action movie. It's great, and it's not shucking and jiving. It tells the funny story,
Yeah.
and that's the type of quality that we want when we say we want more black filmmakers. We want people to do. I mean, Django Unchained isn't really.
That's not
But
not
at
Spike Lee made that.
But if Spike Lee were to have made that, first of all, it'd be definitely not his style because there's no sliding people.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's just like we want a little bit more diversity in the genres that are done, and it always seems to be a comedy, like a Tyler Perry movie, or a drama. And it's like, yo, make an action movie, make a fantasy movie, a black fantasy movie,
Yeah.
something.
Something that's not a wrinkle in time because that movie sucks.
Yeah, see, but the Wrinkle in Time was just.
Okay, Get Out was okay.
Yeah.
I liked Us.
Yeah. So
I thought the last Shaft movie that we talked about, as I talked about a couple weeks ago,
yeah,
was perfectly fine.
And see, that's the type of stuff that we're talking about.
But
It's
like this
it would help.
This bullshit, shit like Tyler Perry. No, I'm not gonna co-sign on that because I'm not a fan of that shit.
No.
If they brought back the Boondocks tomorrow, I'd be all on top of that shit.
Fuck yeah, because
they do another Friday movie, I'd be on top of that. Like, yeah, I love fucking Friday.
Because and the thing about Friday was the whole message of the movie was to be contrary to Boys in the Hood and Men to Society. Like every Friday is, sometimes it's just a day,
right?
Where some goofy shit happens.
And like Ice Cube said in the VHS version, it's like it's not all bad in the hood.
Yeah,
you can have just a fun day.
Exactly,
it's just a day in the hood. It doesn't mean even though
no one's getting shot up and a kid isn't dying.
Even though they kind of did get shot up.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like it's just a funny day in the hood. The Candy Lady to me is just a fairy tale.
Yeah, it's a fairy tale.
It's an idea of mine. It's just a fairy tale.
Takes a lot of stuff that happens to kids in the hood.
It's just Hansel and Gretel in the hood.
Yeah. And the God, see, I was gonna bring this up later about the movie that exists that I want to make.
Oh yeah. So we found out that Zombinatrix is a thing.
Is a thing.
It came out years ago. But my point is,
they haven't heard
They haven't heard your version
My version of it.
And that's the key. They haven't
That's
heard
the
your
key.
version of Zombie Nation.
No, they have not.
Yeah. So that was that.
That was fucking bad.
Let's keep going movies. Because
Yeah.
I saw a shit ton of flicks.
Oh, okay.
Let's start with last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got around to seeing Jigsaw.
Really?
Yeah.
The new one?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
It's on Hulu if you're interested.
Okay.
This movie takes place 10 years after the last Saw movie.
I got a question.
What?
First of all, have you seen all of the Saw movies?
I've seen 1 through 5.
Okay.
I haven't seen 6.
Okay. Fine.
But, that's
Yeah.
the only one I didn't see.
Okay.
But am I really missing anything?
No, you're not. Because, like I
Probably not,
said,
because I feel like the Saw movies are like this generation's Friday the 13th, where the first Saw was very clever.
yes.
You haven't seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
All the rest of the Saw movies are just like, what can we do to kill? What
The torture porn, what you call it.
What devices can we do this time around to kill these people? And it's no different with Jigsaw.
See, the thing about that is Jigsaw and your paranormal activities and your conjurings, all of those were supposed to be isolated stories. They were supposed to be like one and done. But they got popular. People saw saw that, hey, people like this, and then they just became a machine that cranks out more and more and more and more. And
that's my point.
Yeah,
that's my point with Saw. Especially Saw. And to a certain extent, Final Destination as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's the exact same
Hell
story
yeah.
every time around. It's like somebody gets a premonition that they're going to die. Then they don't die. And then death comes in creative ways to kill these people.
Yes.
Same thing with, Friday the 13th, It wasn't about Jason and his backstory and
No, it's
anything
about
like that.
how
It's
does
like,
he kill people.
How he's going to kill these dumbass teens again, even though they know not to go to Camp Crystal Lake and fuck and drink and get high because you're going to die.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Saw almost. And it's no different with Jigsaw.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. The premise of it was interesting. How this worked to me. But at the end of the day, it's like
It's just
another Saw.
puppet guy with traps.
Bootleg movie.
Okay. And the thing about Saw is that, okay, the original Saw like you said, had a good premise. We're punishing people that are doing, bad
Well, it was
things.
just a clever, people trapped in a room type of movie.
But it eventually devolved into, I just want to kill anybody.
Yeah,
like,
let's put this person in a pit of fucking syringes.
I remember one guy, he was like, I'm putting you in here because you're a smoker. I'm like, wait, what?
But there was one fucking device that I thought was maybe the worst out of all the Saw movies.
Okay, which one?
There's a scene in this movie where they're trapped in like this grain silo. So they get buried in all this grain.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, they get these fucking sharp instruments dropped down, like bandsaws, pitchforks, knives, fucking spikes. And I'm sitting there watching this. I'm like, is somebody up there throwing this shit? How do you know this is gonna hit anything?
Yeah.
This is dumb. This is so fucking dumb.
So do they then start? Okay, so they're just trapped in a grain silo and people are raining down knives on them.
Yeah. After they're buried like almost like
deep.
They chest deep in this grain, and then all of a sudden these knives and bandsaws and pitchforks start coming out this hole above them. I'm like, what?
That sounds stupid.
This is dumb. It's so dumb. The bootleg movie.
Yeah.
Bootleg movie all the way. That was the first movie I saw. Then, last night, finally got to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay, so
here we go.
Is it his masterpiece?
We'll get to that. So this movie, Leonardo DiCaprio plays Rick. He's he's an actor in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
He was in a popular TV show. He's kind of washed up at this point, right?
Yes.
And then Brad Pitt plays his friend Cliff.
Yes.
Stunt double for him. And they're best friends, right? And he has his own story. And then Margot Robbie plays Sharon Tate.
Okay, yeah.
Who's barely in this fucking movie, fam?
Really?
She's barely in it. I know they advertise her, but she's barely in this fucking movie. Right? To your point, a lot of people say, well, this is Quentin Tarantino's masterpiece. That is fucking strong. That is very fucking strong. Because I think this is one of his more dull movies.
Really?
It's so dull.
Oh, boy.
Because there's nothing going on for like a good hour in this movie. You're just sitting there watching this, and you're like, what the fuck is this movie about? Because nothing happens. Nothing. Nothing happens in this goddamn movie. Half the movie is people just driving in cars listening to fucking songs. You understand
I
what I'm saying?
heard that was a thing.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Right?
How many feet?
If you love feet, this movie's got feet for days and days and days. And I'm talking dirty feet. Dirty, bare feet. It's all over the fucking place. It's like if I made a movie with fat, naked chicks in it.
It's everywhere.
Like, whoa, it's been a minute for you, hasn't it? Because this is what this movie is, fam.
Foot fetish the movie.
Oh, yes. I mean, it is on full display. His foot fetish is on full display. Now, the Manson family does play a role in this.
Yes.
And my biggest problem with this movie is they're not in it enough for me. Because when they are in this movie,
they're great.
There's this sense of dread and doom that looms over that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was thinking about it this morning. You know, I compare this movie to Summer of Sam.
Oh, okay.
Because the movie's not really about David Berkowitz.
No, it's about all the sensation.
Yeah, it's about the paranoia that he brings, to one block in fucking Brooklyn or whatever the fuck it is, right? And I wish it was more of that in this. I don't know what this movie is. Is it a buddy movie? Is it a snapshot of what Hollywood was like in the late 60s? What is this movie about? Nothing. Absolutely fuck all.
Oh, wow.
This fucking movie, man. Then we get to the end.
Yes.
This is where it's going to be very polarizing for a lot of people.
Is this a spoiler warning?
No, I will not spoil this. I will not spoil the ending.
Oh, all right.
But it's one of those endings where you're going to be on my side and be like, wow, that was cool. Or you're going to be like, what the fuck? This is so jarring. This doesn't, the ending doesn't fit with the rest of this movie.
Okay.
Because it's so over the top. It's so...
Does it turn into Mandy?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. It does turn into a little bit of Mandy at the end.
I only bring that up because that is a movie that does have a very slow start, but does have that sense of dread that you talked about.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
And it has Cheddar Goblin.
Yeah, it has Cheddar Goblin in it as well. But the rest of the movie, before all of that, is just a lot of rambling. And sometimes that works with Quentin Tarantino, like The Hateful Eight, for example.
Yes.
Rambling works in that particular environment.
Because it's so confined and
yes, yeah, exactly.
So that the rambling...
Whereas this is so fucking sprawling. I don't want to say that there were bad parts of this movie. It wasn't great. There are some good parts of this movie, including the scene with Bruce Lee. That was a funny part.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard rumor and innuendo is that Bruce Lee's estate did not like his portrayal of this movie.
That and also the Tate family. That's why when I did hear a lot.
But here's the thing about that. Yeah. Because she's barely in this fucking movie, I don't see why they would have a problem with it.
No, that's it's not that they had a problem with it. The reason she's barely in the movie and when she is in the movie doesn't really say anything is because they're like, nah, we don't.
It's such a waste of Margot Robbie in this.
They're like, nah, we don't want her
really
talking.
A waste
we don't want her.
Her talents. It's because she can act. She's a good actress or actor. I can't because you can't say actress.
Yes, you can. She's a good fucking actress.
Well,
God damn.
They did talk about that in this movie, but the difference between actress and actress. Yeah. But
one has boobs and others don't. Stop. Fucking pronoun games.
Here's the thing. To my right, if you look,
Yes.
my bookcase over here, I have pretty much all of Quentin Tarantino's scripts, except for the ones that they published.
Yes.
Anyways, except for Kill Bill, I always wanted that one, but they never came up with that. And they don't have one for this, and I hope that they will, because sometimes his scripts read better on page than it does on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Inglourious Basterds.
Yes.
That reads better on the page to me than what I saw on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do come out with a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood screenplay, I do want to read it, because I wonder if it's going to read better than what I saw. Because what I saw was fucking ridiculous. It was so dull.
It sounds to me like, because when you're reading the script, you don't have to deal with the pacing issues of people pausing, of people driving around in fucking cars.
Or at the very least, the words seem better.
Yes.
On the page than it is on the screen.
Yeah, coming out somebody's
And this might be that example of a screenplay that reads better than what you see in that screen.
Now, do you think that the casting? Do you think the casting was fine?
The casting was fine.
Okay.
I like both Leo and Brad Pitt in this. They were fine.
I like Leo in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was fine. But again, it's like you have Quentin Tarantino, one of the greatest filmmakers of our generation.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Leonardo DiCaprio, who's a great actor, who's been in a lot of great stuff, and Brad Pitt, who's been in some great stuff. And even the three of them can't make a coherent fucking flick. And this is very straightforward.
Yeah.
This might be his most straightforward movie since Jackie Brown.
Mm.
Where he doesn't, mess with time and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just sitting there the whole time like, what the fuck is this? What is this movie fucking about? It's a lot of empty. You know what? It's his version of a Twinkie. It's fine. You eat it and it's cool. What would you really get out of it? Nothing. Nothing. And this is me. We talked about this when the trailer came out.
Yep.
Taking the fan hat off. I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh man, that was great. That was such a masterpiece."
You're going to watch it with a critical eye.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino did it again. It's like, nah, he's done way better than this. He's done way better than this. This is, for me, a bootleg movie.
Oh, wow.
Certainly a bootleg movie. Absolutely.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah, you heard it from me.
Bootleg that Tarantino
You heard it from me.
shit.
Running gag. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I will put that near the bottom three for me.
Inglourious Basterds, and what's the other one?
Inglourious Basterds, Death Proof, and Jackie Brown.
Oh, yeah, Death Proof was fucking horrible.
Yeah, I mean, this is slightly better than Death Proof. But it's a
damn, I hate that fucking movie. I hate a stuntman Mike.
It's a whole lot of, yeah. You know what's funny? The two movies he did about stuntman is the two movies that I didn't really care for.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? And they both have feet in it.
They all have feet in it.
No, they don't. Inglourious Basterds didn't have feet in it.
Did they?
It didn't. And
I thought, what's the name for the feet?
Inglourious Basterds?
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge.
Uh-huh.
At least it's not as much feet as in this one.
Yeah, this one is feet.
Lord, this movie's got so much feet in it. God damn. Like,
so
what?
he's just going to come out with a movie where it's just feet in different things. Like,
he's going to make a movie about Bigfoot. This is going to be done with shots of big giant feet. This is his ninth movie, and he did say that the next movie, whatever that is, will be his last. Okay. And I hope it's better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, go out with a bang.
Yeah, you better go out. You better go out.
You better come out with an Oren Ishii back fucking story.
You better come out with Kill Bill 3.
Yeah.
You better come out with something.
I want to see Renita Green's daughter.
Pulp Fiction 2 or some shit. Reservoir Dogs. What happened after they left the goddamn the garage?
Yeah.
Something like that. Because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I don't think. No, he's not into the sequel.
What, Kill Bill 3? They could. Oh, you know who's? Oh, you know who was in this movie? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Oh.
in a bit part.
Oh.
Robin from Stranger Things.
Really nice.
She plays one of the she plays one of the Manson family.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. But other than that, fam, it's like,
No.
nah. When it comes on Netflix, go ahead and watch it. Don't run out to the theater to see this. Just wait till it hits Netflix, like all his other movies do, and then watch it that way. Because I'm just like, as a Quentin Tarantino fan, I'm just like, I can't co-sign this one. There's no way I can. No. The same night after that shit, I watched Anna. This is the latest from Luke Besson,
Oh, okay.
who did Lucy.
Yeah.
And The Professional. Which, by the way, The Professional,
Yes.
fucking overrated.
Leon the Professional?
Yeah, that movie's overrated.
Mm,
That movie's boring as shit.
I haven't seen it in years, so I
And
can't.
yeah, you know, the first time I saw it, I fell asleep during it. It was so boring.
Jean Reno. Yeah,
Whatever happened to Jean Reno?
he's actually coming out with something else.
Is he?
Yeah, I believe I think you were sitting there with me when we saw the trailer, and it's like Jean Reno's coming out with another fucking movie. Pull it up or pass it here. You tell me about what you were.
Okay, so
watching.
this movie, Anna, right, is about this Russian chick. She starts out as a gangster's mom, pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
She gets recruited by the KGB to be a spy.
Mm-hmm.
She's a spy / fashion model, right? And it's this convoluted plot. It's about, you know, trying to get out, trying to kill the head of the KGB, blah, 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 right? You know what this movie was?
What?
This movie was a cross between Atomic Blonde and Red Sparrow.
Really?
One movie I know you could not stand. I know you did not like Red Sparrow.
No, I didn't like Atomic Blonde. I liked Red Sparrow.
You like Red Sparrow?
Yeah.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought you liked Atomic Blonde and you didn't like Red Sparrow.
I like Red Sparrow because it spoke to more of seduction style espionage.
Well, her character's kind of sort of like that, but she can fight.
Oh, okay.
It's basically like, yeah, if J-Law and Red Sparrow had fight skills and shit, there are some good set pieces, especially the fight in the restaurant in the beginning.
Yeah.
However,
So,
what am I
Jean Reno is in a movie called Cold Blood that comes out 2019.
Oh, it should have been out by now.
Yeah.
All right, let me
So it's literally Jean Reno shooting people, being old man Jean Reno.
Jean Reno still looking old.
Yeah.
He looked old in the fucking Professional.
He did look old in The Professional.
He looked old back then. He looks old.
And the thing about The Professional, that the only thing I remember,
I did think we sat
down and we watched that trailer together. But the thing about The Professional is that when I saw it, it was like, okay, so this is pretty much this assassin is like taking care of this little girl,
okay,
and whatever, what have you. But I remember Steven Seagal did the same fucking movie like a few years ago.
Yeah, you know what it really is. It's just Lone Wolf and Cub.
Yeah, it is with the Frenchman. Yeah,
with the French dude. This movie, again, I was just like, it's highly derivative of Red Sparrow and Atomic Blonde because the main chick Anna is in a lesbian relationship and all this shit. I was like, but I liked this last year or 2 years ago when it was called Atomic fucking Blonde. Why am I seeing this fucking movie again? This movie is another bootleg movie. Another bootleg flick. I was like, if you like Luc Besson shit, then you might like this one. I didn't. It was okay.
It sounds to me like time for some good shit and some real bullshit,
some real silly shit. Then this afternoon, before we started, saw Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Fun time. Don't you know?
Oh man.
We're gonna have to have a rewatch of that after I see it in theaters, because we gotta watch it and give our own special little You know,
that could be a bonus clip. We're sitting here like, let's watch Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay, go ahead, lay it on me.
So,
Cartoonish, of course.
okay, so obviously,
Yes.
he's got Hobbs, aka The Rock.
Yep.
Shaw, aka Jason Statham.
Yep.
And they're, it's like a buddy cop flick, right?
Of course.
So the premise is that there's this super virus that begins out is going to kill the whole world. It's a global killer, right?
Yes.
And Shaw's sister in this movie is tracking it down, and the only way she can contain it is now she injects herself with it. So now she's a fucking virus.
Yes.
So they have to save her. Yeah,
yes.
they have to save her from Idris Elba, aka Black Superman, because this nigga in this movie is almost indestructible. He's got, cybernetic.
Yeah, he has like the exosuit and shit like that. Yeah,
shit, right? Nigga.
So, I'll let you spoil one thing for me.
What?
We know this is a spinoff from the Fast and the Furious movie. What giant machine did they fight if they fought one?
A helicopter.
They fought a helicopter.
They fought a helicopter in this one.
Okay.
Right? There are some cameos in this movie, but I was like,
of course.
Word? Nobody from Fast and Furious. It's just them two.
Yes.
So no Toretto, no Letty,
no Ludacris,
no Luda, no fucking Tyrese. We're getting that in a fucking minute.
Right.
We're getting that when we talk about box office. But, dude, it's goofy as just the rest of them.
Great.
It's so goofy. It's so, there are quite a few times I was like, what? What is going on? Like, how did this work? How does this work?
I said, the thing that will always get me is when Idris Elba, and they show this in the trailer, is running down like the side of the building.
Oh, it's even worse. It's even worse than shit you didn't see. Well, I was just like, okay. I said it a lot to this. We're like, okay.
Stunt really? Coordinator duty.
Okay, you're really okay, Rock. That's what you're doing. Yeah, even fucking Roman Reigns is in this movie.
Really? Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, because at some point, they got to bring their fucking. He's got to bring a Samoan family into this.
Yes.
And they call it, and I guess Uso does mean brother.
Okay.
Which made me wonder, like, how come the Usos is in this movie? It would have made sense if you'd have brought the Usos in.
Whatever, but everybody knows Roman Reigns.
I guess. Yeah. They would have known the Usos too. It's in the name. Is it a bootlegger theater movie? Listen, if you like the rest of them,
go out there and see that.
Obviously, sit here and watch Hobbs and Shaw because it's just as goofy as the rest. So I'm gonna give it a theater. I'd say it's a theater play.
Great.
Because listen, it's like getting a prostitute. It's like getting the best prostitute for the night. Like, you know what you're getting yourself into. But it's gonna be funny. You're gonna be like, okay, okay, you can do that with your mouth.
Ping pong. Ping pong.
Really? You're really gonna do that with that donkey? Okay. All right.
This is what I paid for, and I'm not disappointed.
I'll sit here and watch that.
All right.
Lord have mercy. But yeah, that's all I got for flicks. For now.
Yes.
For now, because we're getting towards the end of the summer, and the only other movie that I really want to see is The Kitchen that comes out.
Yes.
This weekend. I did read some shit. What, you got to pee?
No, I'm getting my phone.
Oh. I thought I was like, oh, it's time for a piss break. Yeah, your phone should be more than charged at this point. No, because I did read some shit this week. I read a graphic novel called Angel City by Ani Press. Yeah. It tells the story about this girl named Dolores, and I want to say this story is set in the 30s, where she's She was a wannabe Hollywood star, a Hollywood starlet, but she ends up being a collector for a mafia for the Volante crime family. And then, her friend gets killed, and she tries to find out who killed her and shit. It's basically Hollywood Confidential with a chick. That's pretty much it. And I also been reading. Got halfway through Superman Red Son.
Did you?
Yeah, which basically tells the story of what if Superman
Was
landed in Russia
filthy Russian.
instead of America. It's actually cool. I gotta finish that. I do want to finish that.
What?
I do want to finish it. It's actually the only Superman story I like so far.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, because Lex Luthor in this one is he's super smart. He's he's the leader of Star Corps in this one,
Okay.
and he's the one that creates Bizarro,
Oh, okay.
and he's married to Lois Lane in this one.
Ha.
Yeah, so I do like that story quite a bit. I had to finish it. But it's more the more interesting Superman stories, and it's from Mark Miller.
Okay.
You know, who did Wanted and Kick
I got
Ass.
a question. Was there another issue of House of X? Or is that
No, there was Powers of X.
Powers of X?
There's two separate storylines going on at the same time.
Oh, okay.
There's House of X and Powers of X. And Powers of X came out last week. I have not read that. I think
Okay.
House of X comes out this week. So I have to tomorrow get on the interwebs and steal both of those. I swear to God, there's people at the fucking at Pop Rocks, this fucking coffee shop / comic bar. They hate seeing me because I don't buy comics. And I'm like, listen, I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
You know, you better be happy I'm coming here to just get the previous catalog. And that's it. You know, because I don't have, $20 a week to sit here and get all these goddamn comics. You know. Besides, the thick nerdy chick up there doesn't want to talk to me. So
I think you should keep chopping down at that tree.
yeah, well.
Well, you only go in there once a month anyway.
Yeah,
So it's good.
once a fucking month. So yeah, that's it for me. Well, for that, anyways.
Yes.
Speaking of SummerSlam, because we're going to talk about that. I was going to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's going on with SummerSlam this Sunday?
No.
There's two matches that are pretty interesting. One is Charlotte fighting a coming out of retirement Trish Stratus.
So we did talk about this.
Lord, is Trish Stratus looking old? Sorry to say, but the girl looking old, man. She's looking weathered.
Yeah, I mean,
And I was like, I'll spend $10 to watch Charlotte beat the fuck out of
that's all it's gonna be. It's gonna be a squash match, and then someone's gonna come out and
yeah. And speaking of squash matches, that's the other match that's happening.
What?
Dolph Ziggler versus Goldberg.
Why? Why are they?
And you know why I think this is? I
that?
think this is for the same reason we got Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre last month at Extreme Rules.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a do-over because they had such a shit-ass match in Jeddah at Crown Jewel. Because Undertaker versus Goldberg, that was one of the worst main events of the year.
I heard. Oh shit!
What a horrible main event! And this
both
is just like
too fucking old.
Yeah, this is like a makeup for that. It's like, well, we dropped the ball badly in Jeddah, so let's do this shit.
I got a question though. Why Trish? Like, why?
You know what I think this is? Because I think this is Trish passing the torch to Charlotte.
Charlotte's had the torch.
That's my point. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because when Trish was wrestling, there was no one to pass the torch to her. There was no torch.
Yeah.
To be passed. She was the top girl, and that was that. Everybody knew that. Whereas now, there's all these other women, and there's women that came before them. So that's why I think that Trish is going to lose, obviously, and she's going to pass the torch to Charlotte. And now Charlotte is the best female wrestler in the world.
But she's been. That's the thing. It's like
she's been that. Yeah, she's been that.
I don't understand.
But her being Trish, storyline-wise, is like, Well, if I beat the best wrestler from that generation, then I'm the best.
Then they need to bring back Sable and have her fight her. And then you need to get the hologram of Mae Young and have her fight her.
But that's the thing, okay? But
It's
that's
like,
the thing.
yeah.
That's my point. Is that when Sable was wrestling, who was the best wrestler before her? Nobody,
Yeah.
right? And then
No one gets a torch.
because it was just Sable. There was nobody to pass that torch to Sable.
Yeah.
And then when Trish came along, Sable was already
I can see.
It wasn't like she was gone. She came back when Trish was wrestling.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like Sable was the best female wrestler.
My thing
she
about
was just there.
My thing about that is this. I can see if, like, you know how they have the Mae Young Classic and they have all the new chicks?
Yeah.
And I can see if that was, once you get into the WWE proper, right? You have your torch passing via that. There's like if a new blood beats Charlotte, and I mean they go through the rise and fall and rise and fall, but eventually they finally beat Charlotte, and that's the way she resigns or retires or whatever. Fine, but you having her fight Ghost of Christmas Past, who cares? We know how that's gonna end because Trish isn't active. She hasn't been active forever.
But again, this is them trying to pass the torch
to
Charlotte. Speaking of women's wrestlers, I got some come from Amazon
to
your house and bought today. I got a Kabuki Warriors shirt. Asuka and Kairi Sane, and it's a
pink shirt.
It's a pink shirt.
It's all right. Because Kairi Sane and Asuka, they're a tag team.
Yeah, they were tag team champions for a day.
Oh.
And I was like, what?
Okay, so the Kairi Sane dropped the pirate motif in.
No. She's still a pirate.
Yes.
And Asuka's still Asuka.
Me Ortiz.
Yeah. Their fucking logo is Asuka's mask with a pirate hat on it. The two swords coming out of it.
I gotta see this. Pull that out. I gotta see their logo. Okay. I like Kairi Sane during the Mae Young Classic. I voted for her. Not voted, but I predicted that she would win, and she did not disappoint.
Yeah, sure. Right there.
Oh,
that's Japanese.
That's a cool shirt. That's a cool shirt.
That's why I got it. I was like, yeah, because it's a rare day I get anything from WWE shop. But I was like, this shirt's so fucking cool, I'm going to get the shirt. I
just don't like the lipstick on the Kaboom mask.
That's fine.
It makes it look like it's in blackface.
Yeah, holy shit.
Now you got...
Well, black, who cares?
Now you got a blackface pirate shirt.
But that's all I got. That was my fucking week. So, unless you have anything else to say,
I got nothing else.
Then let's close this out with some goddamn box office numbers. Of course, these are the top 10 highest grossing movies of this past weekend, as reported by JoeBlow.com. The number one movie of the country this week. No big surprise movie. I just talked about Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw made $60.8 million.
Nice.
Here in the States. Now, it made $180 million worldwide, except in China because it hasn't
released there yet.
And your boy Tyrese has something to say about it.
Oh boy, what
he's hating on it. It's like, well, because this was the lowest opening weekend for a Fast and Furious movie since Tokyo Drift.
Really?
Yeah. It only makes $60 million. Think about it. Fast and Furious movies made $1 billion fucking dollars. This one just started out at $60.8 million. So of course Tyrese like, see, ha ha. See, if you would have just stuck to the plan and made Fast 10, y'all wouldn't be going through this shit right now. It's like, sit down, Tyrese.
Yeah, just because you ain't getting a paycheck right now.
You ain't getting a motherfucking paycheck.
What more do they want from me?
Yeah, so you can't keep your little Benihana's open. The fuck out of here, Tyrese. Can't keep your little Starbucks open? Fuck off. Number 2 is Lion King. It made $38.2 million. It's made $430.8 million just here in the States. Number 3 was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Made $20 million. $78.8 million altogether. Number 4 was Spider-Man Far From Home, $7.7 million, $360.3 million domestically.
Mhm.
Number 4 was Toy Story 4, $7.1 million. It's already made $410 million just here in the States. Number 6 was Yesterday, $2.4 million. It made $67.9 million. Number 7 was The Farewell. I guess it's a comedy.
Mhm.
Made $2.4 million, $6.8 million altogether. Number 8 was Crawl. You still gotta
Still
see
on there.
Crawl. You gotta see that movie, man. That movie's fucking dope. $2.1 million, $36 million altogether. Number 9 was Aladdin. $2 million, $350.3 million here in the States. And number 10 was Annabelle Comes Home. Made $1 million. It's made $71.5 million altogether. This upcoming weekend, what's coming out this upcoming weekend? We got Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
Holy shit! I forgot that was a
that's coming
fucking
out.
thing.
The Kitchen, which I talked
Yep.
about. I do want to see that. A movie called The Art of Racing in the Rain. I have no idea what that is.
Sounds like it's about drifting.
And scary movies to tell, scary stories to tell in the dark. So
You know what?
I'll probably see that.
I'm not even gonna front. I kind of want to take my youngest to see that.
Well, they're doing that, and they're doing a new Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes.
Yes.
To this day, I only remember 2 episodes. Are you afraid of the dark?
All right. Well, yeah. I don't remember. Or Goosebumps for that matter either.
You were old by then.
Yes, I was in my 30s when Goosebumps came out.
You were.
I'm old.
Walk uphill.
I want a soup. Where's my soup? I want to watch Goosebumps.
Billy.
Billy, come get my Billy. Where's my tomato soup? I want to watch Goosebumps.
Is that you, Billy?
Is that you, Billy?
Billy.
Turn on the Goosebumps. Where's my soup?
Okay,
I want a blanket.
We just alienated our entire 60+ crowd.
Oh well. Anything you're looking forward to this week?
Anything I'm looking forward to the next 7 days? Losing more weight.
Okay. I'm looking forward to SummerSlam.
Yeah?
SummerSlam is this Sunday. I won't watch it until Monday. I'll have a report on that next week. One last thing before we get out of here.
Yes.
We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about what happened last week. Not 1, 2, 3 mass shootings in one fucking week. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
This is the 20. What was the last one? The one in Dayton?
Yes, I believe so.
That was the 22nd mass shooting this year. Not in 20 years. Not in 10 years. Not even 5 years. Just this year. And I was sitting there thinking about this because I heard about it on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Heard about the El Paso one first.
Yes.
Then it was mere hours later than the one in Dayton came out. And I didn't even know the one in California happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there and I saw it on YouTube and I was going through the fucking the comments, which is always sometimes a bad idea.
Always a bad idea.
Yeah, it's not bad. But somebody asked a really good question. What has been activated? What sickness in this country has been activated that this happens? This is a weekly thing now. It's not a yearly thing. It's a weekly thing. Where some crazy motherfucker's coming out here with a semi-automatic gun and just mowing down a crowd of people. Anywhere. You know, you go back to because I was thinking about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm older than you, but you're from the fucking Bronx, right?
Yeah.
So we grew up where violence just happened.
It was happenstance, yes.
Yeah, it's just a part of being where you live. Especially when I grew up on the West Side, so crime just happened, right?
Yeah.
But it was always it was usually about one person shooting another person.
Yeah, there was a beef.
Some beef, or something, all right? But I never
indiscriminate mass shooting of people.
Yeah, I never heard. You never heard of this back then, ever. I had to really think, a mass shooting like something like Walt Whitman back in the day in Texas.
Yeah.
Here's something like the Kent State incident And that was soldiers shooting fucking hippies. But those are what's the phrase I'm looking for? They were the things that proved the rule.
Okay,
Much.
yes.
Like that didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like not like today.
Where it seems every
Every day. You know what I mean? Like you look at Columbine. I think that's really where it started with for me anyways, was Columbine. Where that was a mass shooting. But you didn't hear even back then it didn't happen all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Not like today. Not like what happened in Orlando or fucking Vegas. Or even back even 10 years ago when the shooting at the Dark Knight fucking yeah. What is going on? How did we get so fucking vicious to each other? We're a fucking nation of just viciousness right now.
Mm-hmm.
Anger. Real fucking anger. And I'll be honest, man, like in my personal life, I've had people come up to me and think that I was, because of my demeanor outside of this fucking microphone right here, that he's gonna come back and shoot up the place one day. Like motherfucker, I'm not doing that shit.
No.
First of all, I don't own a gun. And two, I'm not going to risk my freedom just snapping one day and shooting a motherfucker. And shooting up a place.
It's called morals.
Yeah, I have fucking morals.
That's what it is.
I don't know, and once again, this is not a political show, and I don't want to get into too many arguments about this.
No.
It's about, I don't want to get into gun control. I don't want to get into mental health. Even though,
At this fucking point, no, that's off the table.
Yeah, I don't have an answer. All I can ask is why.
Yes.
Why this is happening. I don't have an answer, and I wish I did. I wish I had an answer, but I don't.
No.
The only thing I will say is that it's just a very confusing and weird time.
Very grim, dark time.
Please, I would say, be careful. Don't let this hinder you from living your fucking life and going out and doing the things you like to do. Because it sure as fuck ain't gonna do that for me. Because you're not safe anywhere. That's obvious at this point. You're not safe anywhere. It's just faith. It's just faith at this point.
Mm.
Because, hey, listen, I can go outside tomorrow and the same thing would happen here. And I can get gunned down. And this is, this is how it works. It's how it works, I guess. It shouldn't work this way. But it does.
No rhyme or reason to it.
There's no rhyme or reason. It's this. When your time is up, your time is fucking up. And that's, it's a shame that, that happened. Yeah. So, for me, my condolences to everybody who lost somebody they love through these senseless fucking killings. This is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit to me. Mm-hmm. So, that's all I gotta say. I've been Alan One. He's been Brother C. This has been the Geeks From Apt podcast. We'll see you next week. We'll keep the door open for you, and please, can we do better? Do better this week. Thank you.
Deuces. Be awesome to each other.
Absolutely.